Hello, everybody, and welcome to Roll with Advantage. My name is Joe, and welcome to tonight's episode of The Explorers of Efera. This is session 47. Whew, we're really racking up the sessions there, and got a lot on the plate tonight, and not a lot of time to get to it. So let's just go ahead and roll the intro, and then let's get started. And we are back. So, let's go ahead and dive right in. Last we had left off our group of adventurers here. They all had been having quite the time in the Gemstone Archipelago, specifically in the capital of the Gemstone Archipelago, Port Sahala. Having come to Port Sahala for many different reasons, they find the first and second points on their list taking up the majority of their time. For one, finding Cyrus's mom and keeping her safe, at least as much as they could. That was accomplished. Penelope Casario has been found. She and Cyrus have had a connection, and you all are at least on the right path of protecting her. Second thing was granted a much larger task, and that is killing Duradine Dupree. However, last session you all made some discoveries about Duradine and his new allies, and, well, you have your work cut out for you, as you always seem to. It seems as though not only has Duradine repaired some of the alliances with the gnolls in Efera, but also he's making temporary allies with astral entities, specifically the Githyanki. These evil, warrior-based alien creatures who sail the astral sea. Somehow making an alliance with them, your deductions being that that might be for something related to the places of power that exist within the Gemstone Archipelago, but you haven't exactly gotten any hard evidence on that. In your encounter with the Gith, as you have already had one encounter with the Githyanki, while they were a formidable enough foe, all of you, as always, came out victorious. You were able to take one of the Gith as a prisoner, and you began to question them. They answered your questions willingly, thanks to help from your friendly neighborhood purple wild magic tiefling sorcerer, Cyrus, via the suggestion spell. You were able to get all of the information you needed, and after the spell, willingly after the spell, you were able to get all the information you needed, and you were able to hatch a plan. For one, you were going to try and get a meeting with Coordinator Orohasio, the overseer of all of the different groups and activities that happen within the Gemstone Archipelago, at least as much of an influence as she can have. But in order for you to do that, it seems as though you might have to climb the totem pole one way or the other. As you also, if I'm remembering correctly, wanted to try and get a meeting with the Mage's Order in this specific area to try and go to the head of that group with Jinx in order to hopefully from there go up the next rung. Right, go to the guidance counselor and then go to the principal. You know, one of those situations. So that is where we left off. All of you were in the Jifeng's estate. So let's go ahead and pop over there. Pull all to scene. So all of you were in Jifeng's estate, and you were discussing what was going to happen. And as I recall, you had decided who all was going to talk to the Mage's Order. Now, if you guys would like to refresh me as to who that was. I know, obviously, Morganic Sestigos.
It was going to be Sayla because she's stealthy. Penelope, and Jinx.
Okay. All right.
Are we still good with that?
How many people can you turn invisible?
I think she said 4, right?
4, including myself.
Oh. Beast.
Yeah, I
Says,
think that's best because I feel like Alec would be better suited being here. I know people with the markings shouldn't be able to get here, but crazier things have happened, and I feel like Alec is not stealth,
Truth.
so it'd be better if she stayed.
And Cyrus is on drugs, so
Yeah.
he's useless.
Cyrus is in no position to leave right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Now, another thing is, Ferdinand, the idea was entertained last week that he would be coming with you and following from a distance, not invisible. Now,
Yeah, we'll tell him the way we're gonna go, and he's just going to have to be near, and if that will appease him, so that if something were to happen, Luna, stop. If something were to happen, he would hear if we yelled for him, but he wasn't comfortable with Penelope going alone, and I can't make him invisible.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
How long would it take me to brew an invisibility potion?
Ooh. How many? I know you have some magical ingredients. As you purchased those the other day.
I do. I have a shitload. I have 100 gold worth of magical healing herbs, non-magical healing herbs, 200 gold worth of explosive, and 15 gold worth of high-quality alchemical materials.
Okay. I mean, if you wanted to make one, I'd probably say it'd cost about the rest of the 15 gold. And
I'm more concerned about how long it would take, because if it's
maybe 2 hours.
Ah, fuck it, let's go.
Okay.
Are you making it or no? I'm sorry.
No, I'm not.
Okay, my question was then, if Penelope was able to make copies of herself all over town, did she also have copies of Ferdinand too?
Yes.
Or just her? Okay.
She did.
Okay. All right. Well, that just makes me feel better because then he won't be hopefully as targeted.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
I'm so sorry. Luna's being very loud.
Oh, that's okay. No, it's most of the time it's me with trouble, so it's okay. Yeah, I get it. No worries.
I really thought this toy would be dead before we started streaming. They usually don't live this long. Okay. So he's cool with just kind of knowing the route we're gonna take and walking at a leisurely pace.
Yeah, leisurely stroll behind you.
Because if we're being stealthy, we're not gonna be very fast, right?
Correct. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Very cool. So, with the invisibility and Ferdinand following behind, on top of all of you keeping an eye out, Ferdinand also will. Extra so, since he can go a little bit faster, since he's not trying to stealth, he's just trying to be nonchalant,
Just out for a leisurely walk.
Exactly. He's gonna, every once in a while, he'll diverge from the path you're going, and make sure that any of the surrounding alleyways are clear as well. Just to make sure that there's no chance of a surprise attack, and if there is, it won't be a surprise. So, boom. Oh my goodness. 5th level invisibility. Yeah. Goodness. There we go. Alrighty. So, yeah, you cast it on Jinx, Penelope, yourself, and Selah. And then Ferdinand follows behind. So, with that, unless there are any parting words to the group here.
Because some of us don't know where we're going, I think we need a rope with Jinx leading that we can all hold on to.
Well,
it'll be invisible as well. We're literally holding hands the whole way, and Salem may kill someone.
Oh, I was gonna say maybe you should just hold hands.
Sayla,
Aw.
can we just hold hands?
Seems simpler.
I hate all of you, but sure.
You can be in the back, so you only have to hold one hand.
Oh, I was, I like Sayla. I was hoping we could hold hands, Sayla. No.
Out of everybody, you would be the best. You're a cat.
Hey. Well, that's a little offensive. I'm not a cat.
Racist.
It's just not
It's
racist.
not a bad thing.
No, it's just, it's, it's, oh, never mind. Okay. I'm a cat. Let's just go.
Gosh.
So, all of you depart then, headed towards the Mage's Order Tower. Friendship is magic, Sayla. Hold hands with people. So, as all of them depart and head on their way, we are left with a Galadar, we're left with an Alec, with a Varnest, with a Cyrus, with a Sven, all together in Jifang's estate, and Avira as well. So, while they head off, and they begin to stealth through the city streets, hoping to get there unbothered, is there any talky talks that need to happen while they're off and about, sneaking away? Cyrus has found a kaleidoscope, pretty much, and he's gone. Like, you try and talk to him, he's not.
Oh man.
Up and away, man.
The imagery of that is amazing.
So, Alec, Varnest, do you need to talk to each other, or Vera, or Galadar, or Sven?
Is the guy in front of us, like, is he still, what is he doing
The
right
gift.
Oh, the
now?
gift?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's still tied up, and he's not unconscious, because you all, very intelligently so, decided not to knock him unconscious again, because he's already pretty close to death. That might have done him in. But he's just kind of like groggy in and out, but he's angry that he's there, but he's also compelled to answer any questions because of Cyrus's request.
For right now, Alec is just gonna, sit cross-legged on the floor, just in front of him. Not directly in front of him, a little ways away. She's just gonna watch him for now. She's just gonna collect her thoughts for a little bit.
Okay.
Sven, quick word.
Yes, of course. And you can see that even in this grim time, his Finn still has a smile on his face.
Varnus just kind of motions with his head, like, let's go to another room, or like upstairs or something.
Okay, all right. So you can see that, as well dressed as he is, darker skin tone, pointed elf ears, very fine trimmed black beard. He follows you wherever you go, and you can go off to a small open air room looking out across the water.
Yeah, Varnast will take a seat and kind of motion him to a chair.
So, what did you want to talk about? What's all the secrecy for?
We learned some information that you need to be aware of.
All right. Let's hear it.
Duradine knows you're aiding us. And Varnus will just kind of like look to see if there's any sort of like emotion or recognition on Sven, to see if he kind of realizes just how dangerous that is.
You can see there's a look of recognition, but then just an intent look on his face. He doesn't look scared. He doesn't look mad. He's just listening intently, seeing if there's anything else you had to say.
Apparently, according to this gift, Duradine has eyes and ears everywhere across Port Sahala. It's why the Gith were able to jump Galadar and the others so quickly. So, we're very lucky you were able to get back here where it's safe.
Lucky? Yes. But if I'm being entirely honest, Varnast, this is something I knew was a possibility. Now, was I able to take into account that there might be Gith? No, who would? I mean, honestly, but
We didn't see that coming either.
no. And, well, a conflict with Duradin, maybe when you first met me, that's something that would have been more scary to me. But now I've seen so much of the cruelty that exists within the Gemstone Archipelago. And you see him kind of shift uncomfortably and sort of shake it off, obviously remembering something. But I've also seen what you and your friends are capable of. If there's anyone in this city, in the archipelago itself, that could take him down, it's you. It's your friends, Varnast. And I'm not saying that because I'm blind to the ways of the world, or because I'm naive, or because I'm optimistic. I'm saying it because it's true. I'm not the same scared young merchant that you met. Just like you, I've had to adapt to what the world's thrown at me.
Varnast gives a small nod. You know me better than most people, so I'm sure you already know what I'm going to say, but
Well, lay it on me.
just know that I'm going to make sure that that man is dead very, very soon. And you'll be safe again.
Good. The world needs more men like you, Varnast.
I think it needs a lot more like you, in my opinion.
Oh. You know, just in moments when I think that you can't sway me over to your side anymore, you have to go and say something like that.
Alright. Hey, sorry, I know we keep getting delayed, but assuming that half of Port Sahala isn't on fire, or the abyss itself opens up, you still owe me a card game tonight.
You are right. You are right. I've been studying too, thinking of different strategies, so best prepare yourself, mister, or, well, you're going to be in a rough time.
I spent some time reading the cards last night, but
Oh, you did, huh?
you know me, I'm more of a practical, hands-on learner.
That is true. Well, how about this? Loser has to buy the other one dinner. How's that?
Make it best 2 out of 3 and you got a deal.
All right. Varnast Halmaru, best 2 out of 3.
Varnast extends his hand to shake.
Varnast and Sven reaches towards your hand and shakes, and he squeezes it a little bit and just kind of looks you in the eyes and smiles, and eventually lets go.
We better get back down there, make sure that Cyrus hasn't wandered off or turned himself into a goat or something.
Oh, yes, I think that's a good idea.
All right. And Barnast will head back downstairs to make sure everything's in order.
Okay, all right, sounds good.
And that was all I had planned.
Okay, sounds good. Alec, what about you? Did you want to reach out to anybody, or were you good just watching the Gith?
I mean, if they do come back down, you know, she doesn't want to be intrusive. So after it seems like they've kind of had their moment, like Alec will kind of go over to Varnast and making sure either Sven or Vera is watching the Gith, she'll just say, do you mind if we speak for a moment?
Of course, here or elsewhere.
She just kind of looks back at the Gith and then back at Varnast.
Elsewhere it is.
And she's not gonna go far. She'll just kind of like walk outside.
Okay. Yeah. Very Greco-Roman pillars, the wrapping grapevines all around the wooden terrace above the pillars. Just stepping outside briefly, still within the confines of the estate, but oh yeah, Galadar and Vera are both just kind of standing over him like, "Mom, it's my turn on the Xbox." They've got him on rock though.
Yeah.
And Sven is babysitting Cyrus.
I mean, as long as Cyrus doesn't lose concentration, there's really no reason that he should just kind of attack or anything, right? Because he's like compelled, like he thinks we're his friends or whatever.
Well, he's tied up too. He doesn't think we're
Yeah.
his friends, but he's compelled to answer.
Correct. Yeah.
Cool. All right. So yeah, we'll head out.
Okay. Yeah. Step outside. It is today waking up now that it's starting to get into the later parts of the day. It's not nearly as bad. Like I said earlier, it was about 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Now it's about 85, which is about 29 degrees Celsius. Cool down a little bit. this afternoon.
How does Varnest look? Like, what is his disposition?
He looks fine. Like Varnest always looks like he has a lot in his mind. That's just kind of his natural expression. So he looks fine.
That's valid. You can see that she's kind of like hesitant to say anything, and her eyes just kind of wander down to his sword, and she kind of just puts her arms over her chest and just says, "How are you?" That's what people say, right?
Yeah, just sorry, wasn't expecting that. I'm fine. A little tired, a little stressed, but what else is new, I suppose?
She just kind of blinks. I'm not very good at starting conversations. But as your friend, I thought it was important that I say this. And I don't mean disrespect, but it wasn't long ago that I said not to poke a sleeping bear. And I've noticed you've done a lot of that. And I just want to make sure that it hasn't woken up. So when I ask how you're doing, it's more than just if you're tired.
Then speak plainly, what exactly are you asking?
When you asked if I knew anything about that sort of magic, I told you I only knew so much, and what I did know wasn't great. Those people lose control very quickly, and that kind of power always comes for a very big price, and sometimes they can't always pay it. In the last few fights, I've seen you use it. I don't know if that helps you and if it makes you feel as though you need it. I'm just asking, for all that it's given you, what has it taken?
Well, nothing really.
Nothing.
No.
Do I believe him?
Make an insight check.
Am I
Okay.
lying?
I don't know. Are you?
That's what she's trying to find out.
No, bro, what?
All right.
I don't know. Oh my god, my thing is cursed today. Wow.
Think you believe him?
Yeah, I mean, you've never known Varnas to lie or hide things. Like, I mean, you know, like when confronted about them, you know, he this just doesn't seem like something. Especially, it seems like he's learned his lesson from before. You know, like it would be odd for him to go back on that anyway.
Okay, well, I can't tell you what to do. I can only offer my words. And what you do with them, that is up to you. I just wanted to let you know that I am watching as a friend who just wants to make sure you're making the right choices. And if this is working for you and it is beneficial, then who am I to stop you? I just wanted to make sure you were doing fine.
I appreciate that, I do. Have you ever... I'm sure I've asked this before, but forgive me, a lot has taken place in a very short amount of time. Did you ever spend time on ships?
Not like these. They were very small boats to get across large rivers, but never this.
Fair enough. When you spend a lot of time on a ship, you learn very quickly that there's a chain of command, a order of power, more or less. For your tribe, there's the chief, and then their council, correct? I apologize if that's the wrong word, but is there a better word than council?
Kinda laughs and just nods. Council is okay.
Alright. I don't take any offense to you coming to me about this. When you learned where Morgonix's power came from, are you worried every time that she casts a spell?
No, but I don't feel as though that's fair considering her source of her power is threatening to take her life in a short amount of time.
Valid, but that is where her power comes from regardless. Cyrus's power comes from the weave, where the more we learn about it, the less I trust it, whatever it is. But I think you and I both know those two well enough that despite our concerns, we keep a close eye on them, but we still believe in them. I would only ask that you do the same for me.
I can do that. I've not once distrusted you.
And you see Varnas kind of just like has a look, but like he doesn't say anything, but like he's kind of like half smiling, but he's like, "No, I'm not going to say anything." Well,
I think you know what I mean.
I do. That said, there is something. I did take your advice and chose not to speak to whatever the deity is. In that last fight, it did say something, though. It's the first time since that night when I first attuned to it that I've heard it speak.
And what did it say?
Joe, can I get a reminder on that? Like, I feel like I vaguely remember, but I don't remember exactly what it said. Like, it was like good, and then it like said something after that, but I can't remember what it was specifically that it said.
Apparently neither can Joe.
If I'm remembering correct, sorry, 3 campaigns. There's a lot of
That's
threads
okay.
here.
You're fine.
Valid.
Yeah, I would say I'm pretty sure it said good. Oh man, it was pretty. I forget the exact thing, but it was pretty much saying, the more you give to me, the more I can give to you.
Varnast will recount that.
Now over the break,
It
I'm
said,
like, where is
feed
it?
me Seymour.
Yeah, Alec is gonna make a face at that, but she won't say anything. Okay, well, like I said, if this is what you choose to do, then, like you said, I will support the others and support you through all the choices you make.
If anything comes up again, I'll let you know, but there was a reason I asked you all about it when it first came. We were told that someone with incredible will would be fine. If you don't think I should have it, I'll get rid of it.
That is not my choice to make, Varnast.
Perhaps not, but I value your insight regardless.
Just continue to have the will that you do, and I am always here if something comes about, but if you trust this, then again, I trust you. And Alec is gonna like give a very small smile and start to turn away.
Alec,
Yes.
you've changed since I first met you.
I hope that is a good thing.
It is.
Thank you. And thank you for finding my father's sword. It means a lot to me.
You wield it well.
And she doesn't know what to say, and she kind of opens her mouth to say something, but doesn't. I'm gonna go check on that thing in there. Thank you, Varnast. I know
Thank
she's
you,
definitely gonna quickly run away.
Alec, again.
I don't want to have that conversation. Runs.
All right. Okay. So, with that, Varnast, you follow in there shortly after. Just that way, you guys don't have to be like goodbye and then walk in the same direction.
Yeah.
Go the same way.
He'll enjoy the air for like 5 minutes before walking in.
All right. Cool. So then the two of you make your way back in, and Cyrus is still balls deep into a kaleidoscope.
That's weird. Don't say that phrase.
That was weird.
He's
too
loving
high
it.
for that.
He's loving it. Yeah. Cyrus, since you're here, it is. Oh my God. It's another world of colors and shapes. It's beautiful. I love kaleidoscopes personally, so this is real for me.
Cyrus would, while looking for it, be like, wow, these colors are pretty magical. Do you have colors like this, Mr. Giftman? And, like, wave the kaleidoscope near the gift.
He's compelled to answer all questions.
He is compelled to answer all questions. So he would go, of course we have colors like that. Idiot. God, what a dick. Just ask about colors and
I like how you're providing a commentary for your own NPC.
I know, it's just he's so shitty.
Cyrus will frown and say, no colors for me.
God. Hilarious. Okay. Galadar, Vera, and Sven were able to keep him under control. Well, Sven was able to keep Cyrus under control, and Galadar and Vera were able to keep the Gith under control. And you all, with that, all you have left to do is to wait for Morganix, Penelope, and Sayla and Jinx to return. So with that, we're going to go ahead and cut to them. So, cutting now to the group of you. You are making your way out of G-Feng's...
I'm sorry.
You're making your way out of G-Feng's estate. And you begin to head towards the Order of the Magi, the Mages Guild Tower, in an effort to speak to the head honcho there, so that way you can try and get a meeting with the coordinator, knowing this is like your best way to stop Duradin, or at least hit him where it really would hurt, as opposed to just burning everything down, actually taking away his profits. So you begin.
I'm open to both.
Yeah, there you go. So you begin to head that way. So let me go ahead and pull you over to the streets. Pull all to scene. Cool. So with that,
That's not ominous at all.
that's actually.
Hey, look, it's Sayla.
That's Ferdinand. He's the only one who can be seen right now.
Oh.
So Ferdinand is there.
Sayla's been eating her Wheaties, damn.
Yeah, she's really like happy. All right. So you begin to head that way. Now, luckily, due to your invisibility, it's pretty easy to move throughout the streets. These streets are not very crowded. There are sparse collections of people taking strolls, but the streets are wide enough and well paved enough that you can easily make your way through without almost ever being noticed, like at all. So there's no stealth checks necessary for that. What I would like you both to do is to make perception checks, and I'm going to go ahead and make one for Ferdinand. Okay, that's a 22 for Ferdinand.
That's good.
27.
Wow, that applause. That's so extra.
Congratulations on the natural 20, Selah.
Yes!
The audience at home is happy for you as well.
Yay!
I'm so happy.
Okay. So, Selah, as you are stealthing, invisible, holding on to Jinx's furry paw, but it's... never mind, I'm not going to describe a tabaxi hand. Because it's like a paw, but it's also like got like 4 like full fingers and a thumb, but it's also got the little nubby guys at the... and it's a little weird. But
As he goes ahead and describes it.
yeah, then I started to think about it. I couldn't get it out of my head. So holding on to the paw hand of the tabaxi, you begin to walk. Now, what you do notice is that there definitely are people here who their entire job is to just collect information. Who's going in and out of what alleys when. You can see them sitting at small cafes, just like Cyrus was, writing things down every once in a while that they see. Those who look to be more notable or more influential or affluent, writing them down, writing down descriptions of what they look like. And you can see that every once in a while, people do clock Ferdinand. They see him, they write something down, they get up, they leave. And you can see a group of people who are coming down the street, same as you, or opposite way. So they're coming towards you as you're heading toward the Mage's Tower. And you can see that they turn down an alley that Ferdinand just a little bit had turned down. Now, it's up to you if you want to, because you're the only one who sees that, Selah. So it's up to you if you want to try and say something and try and go back, or if you believe Ferdinand can handle himself. It's up to you. This is your choice.
Oh, fuck. So here's your thing. The mission is get there. While this guy's life matters to her friends, which means that I guess it matters to her to some degree, the mission needs to come first because everybody dies if the mission fails.
That's true. You make
So-
a valid point.
If they go uninvisible, they can't go invisible again, and she sees all the people. She's like, she knows they're being watched.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know. I'm so torn. In character, she probably. You see, it gets her in trouble. Being quiet gets her in trouble. And she doesn't want to be in trouble anymore. So she's probably going to let Morganix know, but suggest they continue. So she's going to very quietly tell Jinx and, like, pass it up.
Okay.
Crap.
When it gets to Penelope, she is the one who lingers the longest on it before passing it. But she does say, you can just hear her exhale and say, Ferdinand knew the dangers when he signed up to protect me. He can handle himself, but if the worst is to come, he knew that one day it may happen.
If you want, I can go follow and be backup. I just need to know where I'm going whenever I get done.
No. Making sure that you all and Cyrus can get out of this safely is what's important. Ferdinand is... he will be okay.
Very sorry, Penelope.
It is fine. Let's continue.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So, you all continue. Now, as Jinx had informed you, it is about a 45 minute walk from Jifang's estate to the Mage's Order tower.
I can keep it up for an hour, so it's okay.
Yeah, so yeah, you're definitely getting near the end, but eventually you do get there, and you can see that while crossing the border from the Merchants' High District to the Mages' High District, there is a change where there is more life and creativity in the merchants districts, where there still are shops and cafes and restaurants and buildings that are there for commercial buildings that are still there selling products. In the mages area, it is the opposite. There's very little color or decoration given to these small, what almost look like 5 foot by 5 foot by 5 foot cube buildings. And you are just kind of, it's like you're walking through an art piece where there's like no differentiation or decoration from any of these houses in this area. And there's maybe only 20 too. There's not a lot. They're all very small. Like barely a person could fit in them. Eventually, Jinx leads you to the center, and all you see is 2 large wooden doors attached to a frame. No building behind it. No anything. Just 2 doors. And Jinx says, well, this is it.
Do I drop it now?
Yeah, it's probably okay.
Okay. I drop invisibility.
Okay, so you drop invisibility, and you can see a Jinx and a Penelope standing in front of you. The black tabaxi and the Thoralian woman. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. All right. So, with that, the 2 of them standing there with you, Jinx kind of cracks her fingers and says, all right, well, let's see if I've still got it. It's been a while since I've been here, so let's just, not get our hopes up. She kind of steps up to the door, and you can see her, before you can even say anything, she scratches into the door, what look to be several different runic sigils with her claw, and then, after a minute or so of drawing, she breathes, and the runes begin to glow, and the doors slowly begin to open. But as opposed to seeing the other side of the door, what's past it in this existence, the other houses that all look the same size and shape, instead you see a magnificent, opulent hall in front of you. You can see banisters and flags, columns, a multi-storied, would look to be 7 stories tall, at least at first glance, of different collections of books or alchemical ingredients or vials full of something. You can also see there are just these small blue beads of light just floating around, seemingly almost like fireflies or lightning bugs constantly going near a light source, where all of them seem to be sprouting from that most northern blue light, where a lot of this light that's filling the area. And Jinx says, Well, welcome to the halls of the Magi.
You seem very nervous.
Oh yeah.
You weren't nervous about this back at the villa. What's happening? What's going on?
No, it's just the closer I get, the more I realize that we're doing this, and it's easy to be confident when it was just an idea, but putting something in practice, it could kind of go up in flames at any moment. But this will be fine. It will be fine.
Are you in trouble with these people?
Define trouble? I maybe haven't. I mean, you know how it is. You get sucked up in the views and the experiences that, when you have certain things that you need to do, they just kind of fall to the wayside. It's like when you're in school and you don't do your homework and it's past due and you kind of want to talk to the teacher and be like, hey, could you give me an extension? But you're afraid what the teacher will say. That is kind of the situation.
And how big was your homework?
Oh, it was normal sized. Normal sized homework for the Hall of the Magi. Nothing too big. Just the study of the people on the island. It was supposed to be around 250 pages of their diet, their culture, what they would do on evenings and mornings, their rituals, deities that they worshipped, ceremonies that they would do. They paid for the villa, they paid for all my supplies, they paid for all my food.
You haven't written a page, have you?
I've written a page. I have a title page. The Natives of the Gemstone Archipelago. Written by Jinx. Huh? Huh.
Well, we're committed at this point. Just get me in and I'll do the talking.
Okay, that's a good idea. You know what? Now that you're here, maybe I should just stay outside. And at that point, you're already walking in and the door shut behind her, and she starts like scratching at the door. She's like, "No, trapped, no." Oh, I'm good. We're good. Let's proceed, shall we?
Lead the way.
Okay.
You know it's bad when Morgonic sounds annoyed.
Morgonics is a librarian, okay? She has no time for this.
Sayla's just enjoying this. She's just like, yep, she killed someone in that last battle. Now she's acting all, like, angry. This is great. This is good progress.
Good. Come to the dark
Would have been
side.
good information an hour ago.
It really would have, though.
Oh, man.
About to go like full Adam Sandler in The Wedding Singer. Would have been good to know yesterday.
Oh, God.
Luna's looking at me like, are you okay?
Well, dogs and cats care about mental health. They really do.
Yeah.
Okay, so you begin to take your stroll down this magnificent, opulent hallway. Once you get to the very end, you can see that there are 4 different constructs. As soon as you approach, there is one that steps forward. You can see that its eyes are glowing that same dull purple, and a monotone robotic voice speaks as you approach. Welcome to the halls of the Magi. How may I be of assistance today? Jinx. Hello. We would like to have a conversation with Grand Vizier Tak. Please. You can see the construct just stare at Jinx for a moment. Is this in regards to your paper? Uh-huh. It is. I've got it done. Why did I say that? Oh.
Thanks.
He'll want to see me if it's done.
I mean, you're not wrong. Sayla's not going to argue this.
This is good to hear. I will inform him immediately. And just begins to walk backwards into the line. You can see the lights fade for a moment and then come back on. Head down that hallway, the first door on your right. He will see you. Great. Okay. Thank you. Okay. She walks away. She's absolutely avoiding eye contact with Morganix 100%. So Penelope, have you ever been here before? Love the banisters. The red and blue, they work really well together. Penelope, you wouldn't happen to have a 200-page thesis paper? No, okay. Worth a shot.
When was it due?
You know.
I don't. That's why I'm asking.
It's about a month ago. That's why he's so willing to see us right now. Well, me, but... Listen.
Yep.
Okay, sorry.
No, yeah. No, makes perfect sense. Okay.
Oh, you hate me. Okay.
No, I don't hate you. I'm
No,
so
you-
sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I
I
think
deserve
you're great.
I'm a mess. I've had
You
2
are.
years to write this paper.
2 years?
2 years.
Oh, Jinx.
Sayla's losing her shit. She's
I
just
know.
fucking laughing in the corner, just so you know.
If you've had 2 years, 2 years.
2 years.
A month is just a drop in the bucket. We can smooth that over.
That is true. That is true. Yep.
Just need a little bit more time and editing and...
No, I don't need a proofreader. I'm really good.
Yep. Yeah, we can solve this. Okay.
Okay, well, here we are. This is the door that we were told. You can see it's just a square wooden door. No fancy engravings or carvings, just brown door with a brass handle. Should I go? Is there a dragon in here? What is that? Oh, the guardians. I forgot about the guardians. They're flying lizard dogs. You see them up there curled up in the banisters?
I actually do look up.
Oh, there's one. Yep, you can see him. Just looks like Luna, but with dragon wings. Just...
I want one.
Are they real or they're carved?
No, they're real. They're real.
Oh.
Kind of like a defense system. So anything goes wrong, all of those statues, they all come to life.
That checks out.
Kind of like gargoyles.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cute. I knock on the door.
Okay. When you do, the door opens. And yeah, they have all the money for all of this magic stuff, but WD-40 is not available. That's why the door creaks.
Grease spell is really low level.
So, with that, the door opens, and you can see a much different style of room than before. This one is much closer to something that resembles like a more gothic architecture.
Ooh.
You can see that there are tall ceilings, curved, made of stone. These glass windows pouring in what almost looks like moonlight, along with 10 or 12 tables all around the room with different vials or jars with this orangish liquid in them with different pieces of things in them. Some of them may be monster parts, others you don't want to linger on it too long. And on top of that, you can see in the very, very back of the room, there is this much larger vat made of glass and what looks like brass that has some large horrific creature growing inside of it. I'll go ahead and move you here.
Digging these jars, though.
Then you can see, tending the jars, every once in a while writing down in a notebook, not looking up yet, a very, very thin, white dragonborn man. Very, very thin, lithe, wearing greens and blacks with a wooden gnarled staff that sort of curls around this green crystal at the very top. Which you can assume that this is Grand Vizier Tak. So, share with everyone. So,
Oh, he's badass looking.
Oh, yeah.
can see him there, and without looking up, he begins to speak and say, I assume then, Jinx, this is not in reference to your paper. Jinx kinda... Guilty as charged! Yep. But there's something much more important that we need to discuss that my friend here, Morganix, she would like to talk to you about. She's a really good talker. Very good. Talk! Show him! Do it! Talk!
Hello.
Ah, yes. Quite the talent she has. Goes back to writing.
Sayla's gonna just be giggling, unable to help herself. This is great.
I asked Jinx if she could set up a meeting between us. My friends and I are in dire need of some help.
As are most people in the city, but what makes you so special?
Well, rather a lot of things, I'd say, but we wouldn't be asking for it in good faith. We would have something to bring to the table for you as well.
Very well, I'm listening.
Duradine Dupree will be here within a few days, and he means to take this entire island, archipelago, by storm and take it for himself. He has allied himself with an army of gnolls as well as an army of Gith. And not even an hour ago, my companions and I were attacked in the city by many of them.
I had heard about that, yes. Nasty business, the Githyanki.
We have one alive. He is under my friend's magical influence and will answer questions freely. If you can help us... Oh, I'm sorry.
I was going to say, as soon as you mention that you have a Gith, you can see him peek up and look at you, and you can see those beady little, like, yellowy golden eyes and, like, a little forked tongue kind of pop out and do that lizard thing and go back in. So he just is... he's intrigued now.
We are in desperate need of the soonest possible meeting we can get with the coordinator. If you can help us arrange that, help ensure that they come to where we are staying with the Gith to hear for himself what they have planned for the archipelago. Once that is done, the Gith is yours. All right.
This is a good deal, I must admit. But you have to see, from my perspective, an alternate avenue. You've come to me, and you have told me of Duradine's plan. And you have one Gith, but he has many. What should stop me from allying myself with him? More money? More Gith? I rephrase my same question from earlier. What makes you so special?
He intends to turn over the natives' fountains of power to the Gith and exploit every bit of archaeological or magical reliquies within the island for himself. He doesn't need or care about the scholars or the mages. He only means to take and destroy. And I don't think it will look good for the Order if he is finding things you have not and selling them to the highest bidder.
And if money is what you're after, talk. Do not forget who is also standing in the room, standing behind them. As you can see, Penelope pipes up. I must admit, the shame from the scientific community as to having been beat to discoveries by a merchant. That is shameful. And the way people outside of this community would talk about us, that is shameful as well. But if these places of power have been found, you must understand how that serves as an interesting topic of debate for me. I will take the Gith and allowed viewing of this place of power.
My friends and I do not mean to exploit it, only to protect it from Dupree.
Of course, of course. The mages of our order have always had a firm belief that we should not tamper with any historical site. Anything that is natural, that will reproduce or regrow, that is what we will take. To experiment, to learn, to create, to advance.
Would you do so against the will of the natives?
We do what we must for the betterment of society.
Sir, I am not comfortable promising that to you. I am not here to make enemies. I am here to end one enemy. My friends and I have liberated New Efera, and we intend to keep this place safe from that monster as well.
So you were the
But-
ones who did that.
Yes,
Then I think I have an idea.
I'm
There was
listening.
an individual working for a overseer of the people there. I believe he called himself the Governado.
He's dead.
And the mage working for him. A high elf.
He is not dead.
That is good to hear. What would you say your relationship with him is?
Complicated. He has personal meaning to a companion of mine. I myself do not care or trust him. I would only seek not to hurt my companion. My brother.
Of course.
Family runs deep, I understand that entirely. Would you believe you could convince this man to have a meeting with me? I have my suspicions of him that I need confirmation of.
With Emeril?
Yes.
What
Solve
kind of
this.
suspicions? What kind of suspicions?
Get me that meaning, and I will tell you everything I know.
I can give you my word to try. I do have we have occasional means of communication with him. Again, I can make no promise, but I will plead your case. Offer my friends and I as safety and go-betweens. Is that agreeable?
A meeting with Emeril. The experimentation on the gith you currently have with you, and study of the place of power if it suits the natives' will. Is that what you're offering?
I cannot guarantee or swear to that last one. I can only say that I will inquire and try to bridge an alliance of communication between whoever we find there and yourself.
Real quick, go ahead and make a persuasion check with advantage for me.
Oh, fuck me running.
Just
Oh no.
I'm good at persuasion. I'm good at persuasion. I'm good at persuasion.
you get advantage. Oh, that's a 21. Okay.
Hey!
It's a 21. Let's see with advantage. Okay, that's a 21. Okay.
Yeah.
This went so badly for me last time I had to do this, you know?
See him think, his eyes blink. He looks up around him at the different vials and canisters all around him.
Also, Jinx will promise to finish her paper within the next 30 days.
You see his head like shoots towards Jinx, and she is nodding very shamefully.
It's partially our fault she was so delayed. She has been of great assistance to us.
Our fault? She's had 2 years.
I kicked Sayla in the shin. She was working undercover to acquire information and establish communication between ourselves and Penelope. And she may have fallen behind slightly. But she has been of great use to us.
30 days, no later. Very well. This is a deal I can get behind. There is one thing I need you to do, though.
Very well.
As I'm sure you can see, there is a magical quality to everything around you see here. Not just the tower here, but to all of the studying locations located outside of the tower.
Putting that together.
While all of the mages who work within the realms of the Order, while they have some power of their own, there is one who we must pay a tithe to. I will get you this meeting with the coordinator. And I will see what I can do about procuring you something to deal with the Githyanki. The more Gith bodies you bring me, the more favorably I will look upon you.
Well,
With
if
that
you're
all
wanting
said-
Something
those-
tells me we'll have no shortage of those in the upcoming days.
I was about to say, if you're wanting those, there should be some still in the alleyways.
Yeah, we kind of just left them.
Good. But a tithe must be paid to the head of our order.
What kind of tithe?
While most of us tied to the main planes of existence, work in gold and wealth, they are a creature of knowledge and memories. A payment must be made. Equal parts. You present knowledge that it considers valuable, and you sacrifice a memory. This is what allows us to have the reach and extent that we do, and maintain the order we keep.
It would require this of me.
It would require it of whoever is willing to make the payment. Knowledge can be anything. That is shared. The memory is sacrificed.
What kind of knowledge would they consider valuable?
Knowledge beyond its current realm. Whether that be knowledge of far planes or knowledge of inner machinations of political spheres, or that of people who have not had much study done of them.
Do I get to pick the memory?
No. It is a difficult process. The stronger the bond to the memory, the more power that is given to it. All
What
of
might
us had to sacrifice something we cared deeply about.
How much will they take? Will they take a moment, an hour, a day? A relationship?
It is whatever means most to you. It could be a minute. Mine was I'm assuming it was a sibling. I don't know. But if you are to do this, and if you inform them of the Githyanki, they do have connections to the Githzerai. Should you inform them of that?
We need the allies.
Do I have to do this now?
Not now, but eventually. Before aid is given on my behalf, before your meeting, with the coordinator?
It could be me. I don't have very many things that I give a damn about. Maybe they would take the memory of the angel. That would work.
That seems like a lot to ask, Sayla.
I don't even like her. If they took that memory, that would be honestly pretty nice. Then again, we need that if we're going to fight her later.
This is very sudden.
We do need the allies, though.
We do.
Hey! Make up for all the times I fucked up. You know, when I killed that kid and I stole from Cyrus.
Oh, Sayla. I'm prepared to do it. I'm just
You would
afraid.
lose Galadar, more than likely, judging by what they said.
I'm afraid I'd lose my parents.
You could lose that too.
Or Ioun.
See, this is why I do it.
You don't have to. We could find another way. This is just the quickest one.
We don't really have a lot of time to look.
How often must we tithe? Will once be enough, or when it's all over, will we need to do it again?
Only once, as is the tradition of our order.
There's nothing else that you're afraid of losing, Sayla?
Of course, her mind is gonna go to all of them. They are her family now. They mean a lot to her. But she's not gonna say that out loud because,
Right.
yeah.
She's just playing it off really cool, like, well, why not, right?
Yeah, like she could totally do this. There's not very many things that she cares that deeply about, and surely it's gonna pick something that isn't something that important. She's hoping it has interest in the angel because the angel is some weird creature.
Hey. I don't feel right asking this of you. I would do it
Wow.
myself, but I'm scared.
Eh. I mean, unless Penelope wants to. But, you know, I doubt she wants to. Probably would be Cyrus.
Yeah, that would be bad.
I mean, I've lived most of my life without him.
No.
Which is, he would
Penelope,
mind if I let you do that.
he needs one good parent. That's off the table.
That's entirely off the table. I was just joking. You stay the fuck away.
And you're sure you can get the coordinator to our villa?
I could get her there within the hour. She owes me a
Alright.
favor. Well, 3 technically, but
I just want to be very clear about terms before we commit to this. Okay. If you want to do it.
We need this.
I'm sorry for putting you in this position.
How many shitty positions have I put all of you in?
Okay. I kind of smile a little. Thank you, Sayla.
Yep. Okay. She's actually starting to look a little nervous, but she's still gonna step forward. What do we do?
It's that thing in the jar. I'm gonna have a fucking fit.
No, it is.
Marcus didn't say that. That was LS. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. It is this way. And
You fucker.
he walks towards the end of the room, and you can see that there looks to be very similar to how. So see how this like window right here is just like shaped. It is a similar shape in the wall like that, except it's all stone. There's a small indent, and you see him take his staff and sort of tap it in 3 different places on the wall. And there is this light blue and white swirling portal that opens.
Right then. Sayla's gonna take her fox weasel, which also is a very important little thing in her life, and like let him down on the floor and shoo him towards Morganix.
Pick him up.
Okay. He kind of scoots up, and when he kind of like goes up to Morganix and just kind of makes a few noises at you, Sayla, doesn't want to be away from you, and kind of like does that like weasel thing where he's like stretching his long body over like Morganix's shoulder, like trying to reach back, but Morganix should kind of bring him back.
Yeah. She'll be right back. She's not leaving. She'll be back. And I give him scritches.
Okay, yeah. With that, she's gonna very quickly just step through this portal thing.
Found this guy's name. Oh, jeez. So, you take a step through the portal, and what you see in front of you is about the last thing that you expected. You see an opulent, almost courtroom to a degree. These wonderfully immaculate stone pillars shooting up into the sky, seeming with no end. Cackling and crackling blue flame all around you. You can see stone walls at the very end. A large 30, 40-foot door shut, inscribed with these glowing blue runes, and an empty pedestal. You're here by yourself. You can see there is a collection of what almost looks like paintings that appear in front of you, but paintings with movement like an illusion. Memories that you have. The good nights you would have with your parents where there wasn't any arguing. You see the day that you stole, the day that you were banished, the look the angel gave you, the look of your parents. You also see your first kill, your first spot of pride. You see your first friend. You see malice. You see all of the events of everything that's happened to you thus far, leading up to this moment. And
This is
eventually,
just making her more nervous.
so as you're seeing all of this, I need you to pick out 3 memories, Sayla. I need you to pick your happiest memory that Sayla has, the most painful memory Sayla has, and then finally, the most, what you deem, important memory for Sayla.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So most important would probably be when she I don't know if it would be when she faced off against the angel or when she actually stole for the first time.
Mm.
Well, happiest would probably be when they kind of accepted her and forgave her.
Aw.
Pride would probably be. I would say either first kill or the stealing, and then what was the other you said?
So there was important, happy, and then her saddest moment.
Oh, important, happy, and sad.
Hmm.
Important probably would be stealing. Happiest would be getting the group's acceptance. And saddest would probably be the entire length of that low point where she really didn't know what the hell she was doing. Like, had no purpose. So, would that make happiest when they accepted her and decided to help her, though? Would that be part of that?
I'd say those are two separate, like, events. Like, that feeling of the low point. Like, Tack said, it's, it could be a moment, it could be a day, it could be a whole span of time.
Right. Stealing or the angel? Which one do you guys think would be? That's a hard one because it would either be stealing or the angel would be like one of her higher moments.
Could flip a coin, roll a d2.
Yeah, let's do this. Is there even a d2?
I would just roll a d4 and then say even one, odd the other. All right. Is it even stealing, odd the angel? Okay, odd the angel.
Odd the angel. Okay, so the angel is gonna be it.
Okay. So, as you are walking through, you can see these images appearing in front of you. And those three stick with you as you continue to walk down this runway, almost. And then as you verify those three in your head, you start to hear it, the fluttering of wings. And then you see it start to coast and come down, landing on that pedestal at the very end, right in front of that door. What looks to almost be, for one, it's huge, gargantuan almost, a wingspan of maybe 30 or 40 feet, an angular cat-like face, deep, glowing blue eyes, a mane of gold, metal, a cat, but so much larger. And this is about what you see. Oh no.
Oh shoot.
No, that's
It's
okay.
dark.
That was my bad.
I want to see the kitty.
Oh god, it's an angel-like creature. This is great.
So, as it sits atop that pedestal, it looks down upon you, Salem.
You are Sail Riven. These memories around you have shaped you, formed you to be who you are. There is power to these memories. Many important people in your life.
You can see shadowy apparitions of the party members form in front of you. You can see Jalissa also form. You can see the angel and Malice. You can see your parents. You can see Agatha as well. Duradine.
All of them have shaped you to be who you are, standing in front of me.
Alright. So what now?
Now I choose. Which do I wish to take? Should it be memories of the sailor?
And you can see the shadowy apparition of Varnast disappear, and all memories you have of Varnast are gone. He's just an empty space. Anything that was said by him was said by someone else. The shadowy apparition reappears. All memories flood back in.
Or the chief,
Pulling away Alec, the same thing.
the librarian with a cursed blade?
Oof.
Or
I imagine that's making my brain just go, oof.
Yeah,
the spawn of chaos.
wiping away Cyrus and bringing him back.
You see, this is delicate. I want to take away something that will fuel me, give me what I need. But I don't want to destabilize you.
And you can see that clawed paw scratch near its chin and cheek.
This.
Pulling the angel center.
I have seen these before. Dark, twisted, tormented creatures, disguising their will as divine.
You've seen them. So you know what she is?
I do. But bargaining for information is not what we're here for. Unless you'd like to make a deal. I see there is one individual in your life who I know very little about. One who I wish to know more of.
And you can see all of the others fade away, and the apparition of Emeril appears.
Oh.
If you give me all you know, I will tell you everything there is to know about the angel. Where they came from, why they rule, and how to kill it.
What would you do with that information?
I see it doesn't matter that much to you then. I can see, sailor, you've never been one to ask why.
As all of these images appear in front of you, moving pictures of every single
No,
kill
it's not.
in your career.
I just don't want to hurt my friend by giving you something that you're going to. I don't know.
I see.
I'd love to see the man get hit with a stray arrow, but I didn't want to hurt him.
He seems like a powerful sorcerer. A stray arrow could kill him? What does that mean?
Well,
Sailor
you'd know
Riven?
if you would tell me what you're gonna do with that information.
In the current moment, nothing. The information stays locked in my vault until there is one who comes to me looking for such information and is willing to pay a worthy price.
Um. Oh my god, I don't know what to do. She would want this information so bad, but she also wouldn't want to cause trouble for Cyrus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's tough, man. That's tough.
Oh my god.
I'm really putting Sailor through the ringer this session.
Oh my god. You really are, because I'm so curious, like, how would Cyrus even feel about that? She probably would never tell him. She'd probably just fucking just nope.
I mean, she wouldn't even remember.
Oh, good point. She wouldn't remember a thing. Oh god! That's even worse. They would figure out what she fucking had to give up then, because, like, she doesn't remember who the fuck his dad is. Next time they see him, just, who is this?
You gotta pick.
Why me, damn it?
You
You volunteered! What do you mean, why you?
Oh, I dodged a bullet.
You did, you dodged a bullet. Killing the angel means so much to her.
Mm-hmm. That it does.
Oh, fuck. She won't even remember. She literally would be playing ignorant. She would have no idea what the fuck is going on. Oh god, but if Cyrus ever found out, that would be it. She'd be out. They'd fucking kick her ass out. And there's no other memory at all that you would rather have. Nothing else.
This is most valuable to me. Of all of the knowledge I possess and own, he is the one gap in all of it.
Guys, I'm gonna flip a coin. I have to, because she's, like, so torn right now. I am super torn as well.
Nah, fam, I don't blame you.
Okay.
No
So-
one man should be free of that.
Odds, she lets them have the memory, even she does.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess she's not gonna tell him. That's too high a price. I can't risk it. I'll find a way to kill her myself.
Well, I am sad to hear that. But what if you didn't have to worry about it? How sweet would that be?
What do you mean?
And you can see him bring forward the vision of the angel and slowly peel and pull it away.
How nice would it feel to just be like most every other child. Leaving home because your parents didn't understand you. The burden of that monstrosity no longer in your brain. That would be sweet, wouldn't it? As Selah, you can feel as the vision fades, all memories of the angel fading, disappearing.
Oh god, she didn't like this either.
Or, what if instead, we have a young girl who thinks she's finally found her family, found those that she
She
cared
really
about.
doesn't like this. Oh no!
Except, oh, what's that? She's disappointed them. Oh. What if that disappointment was gone? Everything has
Okay.
always been grand with them. Pulling away those sad moments where you had no purpose.
Wouldn't they still remember that though?
They would, but in Selah's mind, peeling those away, she remembers those moments as happy times, that they were accepting of her and they cared about her. And that never stopped.
Oh, fuck. That's super tempting, but I'm still torn on the angel bit with Cyrus's dad. Like, even though she rolled that, like, I'm still stuck on that. I really want that information.
And you know what? They're a very wise creature, and they could probably read that on Selah and say,
Is that a little bit of doubt there? I think it is. How about this?
and the memories, those sad, those no-purpose moments begin to flood back in, and you realize how important they are. They created who you are now, the reason why you were willing to sacrifice this, why you were willing to put yourself through this.
What if we sweeten the deal? I will take nothing from you. No memories, no anything. All I want is the information. And I will give you what you need. To not remove the memory, but to remove the creature.
So, what do you mean by that? Do you mean I won't remember what it looks like?
No, you'll remember everything. As I said, I won't take away a single memory from you. If you give me the information you know of Emeril. No memory, no moment. You give me that, and I give you all you need to know about the angel.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Joe, you just had to make it even better for Selah.
You said that you had to say she had doubts.
I'm sorry, she did.
No, I'm loving this. I'm in it. I'm
Oh,
in it to win
God.
it. Whew.
I mean, yeah, LS is right. I was disappointed with the outcome. This is more dramatic, honestly. Fine. I hope he can forgive me. She's gonna rub her face and she's disappointed, but killing the angel means a lot to her. She wants to see that bitch dead.
Very good. You've made a wise choice today, Selah Riven of the Seraph.
And you
I
can
don't
see
think I did.
those eyes begin to go from that dull blue to a bright, vibrant teal. As you can feel any memory you've had associated with Emeril in any way any conversation you've had about him, anything related to him, you re-experience in that moment. And you can see the Sphinx, the dull returns to the eyes, and you can see them begin to pull wisps of energy around their hand until they form a small pyramid that glows the same color. As they close their hand around the pyramid and reopen it, it's gone.
Your information is greatly appreciated. And now I give you what you so desire. The angel, as they have taken to calling themselves, is not a celestial being, as I'm sure you've gathered. They are a remnant of a time long dead. Old ones, as they are called. They, long ago, may have served the weave as some type of heavenly being. But through corruption, they changed. They became manipulative and consuming. They wanted to take everything and leave nothing for anyone. And they were punished. They were destroyed and left to float in the astral sea. If you were to kill the angel, you would need a remnant from that corpse to deliver the fatal blow, but luckily for you, you made a smart decision.
And you can see the same wisps of energy appear. And then around your feet, you can see this archaic, gnarly dagger drop down onto the ground in front of you. This green energy echoing off of it. That dagger, should it be the final blow, will destroy them and everything they've worked for. As you know, the Seraph is nothing but an illusion, a lie to so many people. You and I both know. For the betterment of society and the betterment of the world, they must be disposed of.
Right. She's gonna reach down, she's gonna pick it up and just slide it into where her old dagger used to be.
It is a good fit. And you can see that it's almost sickle-like. Not nearly as curved, but it has quite a significant curve to it. And it is old. Almost looks like star metal. Whenever the light hits it, there are these like veins of green and silver that are sort of embedded into the blade.
Ooh, it sounds so pretty. She's gonna actually realize that putting it there is a bad idea because she's guilty. She's very guilty. She's going to change her mind and put it in her sack instead, so it can't be seen. Just to be on the safe side. She doesn't want them to find it just yet. She comes out with a dagger in her side. They're gonna ask, "What the hell is that? Where'd you get that?"
Yes. I'm so glad we could come to an accord, Sailor. Believe me, this deal is profitable for you and for I.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Well, nothing to be afraid of. Well, I suppose one thing. It seems as though secrets have never been a good thing with your family, as you like to think of them. I'm sure this one won't be an issue, though. Good luck, Sailor Riven. I wish you the best on your journey, and I hope it was worth it.
You can see the Sphinx slowly start to turn, and then jump, and then begin to soar away past the clouds. That you can still see the portal open behind you, and now all you have to do is leave.
Right. She's totally not gonna remember what secret he's talking about here in a few minutes. So she's gonna turn and leave. And be completely oblivious as to what the hell she just did.
All right. So, as you walk back through the portal, for Jinx, Penelope, Morganix, and the Grand Vizier, it was nothing more than maybe 15, 30 seconds. Walked out, walked back in.
Are you okay?
I think so.
Do you know what it took?
No. I have no idea.
Do you know who I am?
Yes, I still know you, Jinx.
All right. Well, that's good at least. We have so much history to us. You know, it'd be hard to re-explain all of it. You met me on the island, and then we came here. Oh, so difficult.
Yep.
Yep.
I still remember Cyrus, Varnast, you, Alec, so
I set the fox weasel down.
I still remember him too.
He kind of squeaks a little bit and crawls back up your leg, up around your neck, into your cowl.
Well, the payment has been made. And you all would like to speak with the coordinator this evening?
At our villa, yes. It's too unsafe for us to transport the GIF about. They need to come and hear it where we are sure we cannot be attacked.
Very well. I will inform her of this. And I can guarantee you, she will be there.
We need to find a way back. To
I
let
can-
everybody know.
I can cast invisibility again.
Oh, are you able to cast it again?
Yeah, I took a rest, so I got all my spell slots back. I have one more for this.
Okay.
So we get a return journey.
Okay. And Sayla she really looks out of it, and she just looks like there's something wrong, and she doesn't know what it is.
Thank you for your time. I'll be in touch about the rest when we know more.
I look forward to our partnership. You may see yourself out.
We go.
All right. So as you walk out of his door, you actually walk back out on the streets.
Oh, weird.
It is very
Cast
disorienting.
invisibility.
So yeah, you step out of the door and immediately cast invisibility. Okay. And with that, no problem. You begin to head back, and eventually arriving. Before you do arrive, you do arrive back to the villa. No problem. It seems like there's nobody watching this time either, which is odd. But you arrive back to the villa. You drop invisibility as soon as you get there, and you can see that Alec, Varnast, the Gith, Vera, Sven, and Galadar are all still here.
Did we see any sign of Ferdinand on the way back?
You did not, no.
Oof.
Hey, goof.
Also, Cyrus, at about the time they get back, the sun drop begins to wear off.
Oh god, I'm coming.
Alright.
Oh, please close the door. I'm very, very sensitive to daylight right now.
Yeah. How you feel?
Like I need wine.
Like yourself, then.
I'd say I'm at about. Well, what's a normal scale? I feel like about a 13 out of 16. That's a normal scale, right?
Perfectly normal.
Yep. He's fine.
So
what
what happened? Cheeks,
we
you'll be a Coke. Sorry.
we made a deal. And the coordinator will be here within the hour. They get the Gith when all is over. They would very much appreciate any Gith bodies we may happen to come across in our natural progression of things.
That is easy to do.
Okay.
They want communications between the natives if we find this pool before Dupree does, as a possible conversation about studying it with the natives' permission. And he wants us to try and get him a meeting with Emeril. I made no promises. I only said I would try.
He
And-
knows. Go ahead.
And Sayla had to give up a memory.
What?
What does that mean?
Something's gone. I don't know what.
To cement the deal, we had to pay a tithe to the head of their order. And they took a memory from her. We haven't figured out what it is yet.
And hey, I remember all of you. So I guess that's a plus.
They said it would be something important to her.
Wizards.
Yeah,
But you're physically okay?
Well, as far as I can tell, I still know how to kill. So I can still fight. That's... Yeah.
Thank you, Sayla, for your sacrifice.
it was very brave. I was afraid to do it. I would have, but I was afraid.
That is okay. Then we should expect this coordinator anytime, then.
Yes. Tak, the vizier, Tak, he had an idea of who we were and our experiences in Efera, and he asked if I knew about Emeril's whereabouts. And I said very vaguely that I did, and we occasionally had some communication. So he asked if I could broker a meeting, and I was very loath to guarantee anything, especially to a mage of that power. But we can ask. They seemed very interested in him.
Cyrus is like holding like an empty metal goblet to his head, just to like cool down. He's like,
Wait.
yes, but why? Why Emeril?
Sayla looks incredibly confused right now. Who?
Oh,
Yes, Sailor, I know you don't like him, but enough. I really don't have the patience. I'm feeling a little under the sun.
I have no idea who that is. Who the fuck are you talking about?
well, that didn't take long.
We
The
found
victim.
it.
The Memory of Emeril. I
That's
didn't know you could do
alarming.
that. What was this thing that they can just take memories?
It was a giant.
Well, Sailor, you don't.
Wait, she would.
Don't
Oh,
remember.
she won't remember the creature. She won't remember the
Oh.
creature.
Ugh.
Okay.
Yeah, you just remember walking through the portal and
I
then
don't
coming
know.
back out. You do now know. You do somehow, and Sayla doesn't know, but obviously Sarah does know. It's because of the information. You do know that you have the weapon you need to kill the angel, and you know what the angel is. Like, you know that now, but that just seems like it makes it. The creature made it seem like it was information that you
I
always
was gonna say
had.
like she's always known it.
Yeah, exactly. Like you've always had this dagger, just waiting for your moment. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Oh, that's just gonna make it so heartbreaking when she finds out she betrayed them on accident. Well, not
So-
she. Oh gosh.
So, you're telling me this grand whatever the fuck wants to meet Emeril, and Sailor cannot remember Emeril? That sounds like a pretty bad cocktail.
That is alarming, yes. I did not have all the ingredients of said cocktail when I made it.
Alec blinks.
It's a metaphor. I'll tell you later.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, I could.
I'm sorry.
You
She's just gonna hold up her hands like I'm
I-
sorry. I'm sorry.
I did say I didn't promise anything, and that if
No,
Emeril
no,
did
no,
agree to meet
no,
with him, I
hold-
said we would
hold-
protect him.
hold,
Okay.
hold, Morganix, just
Sorry.
slow.
Sorry.
I
Sorry.
mean, it was never part of the deal to say that we offer a meeting. I presume he didn't say anything of the sort of warning Emeril about said information we have just obtained? Because I don't know if he would have thought we would have so quickly discovered his ruse. I will. Okay, I am asking everyone's player slash characters now. Cyrus has been closing his eyes, but when he said that to the room, as in like, let's warn Emeril, he's opened his eyes to like look at the reactions of people.
Hmm.
Sayla has no idea.
You know that
What?
monkey gif you always quote about? Pretty similar, but more Varnasty. But that vibe.
Well, I never intended to withhold this from Emeril. In asking him for this meeting, I would tell him why I was asking and why we needed it and why I agreed to even try to do this. And I'm sure that Grand Vizier Tak assumed that as well. I didn't agree to an ambush, I agreed to a conversation.
I'm still clueless who the fuck this person is. Obviously, he's someone I didn't like, according to
Yeah, he's...
Oh, he's my pretty shit dad.
Yeah.
Right.
He-
Okay.
Super magical, questionable with children. But not in that way. No, just
No one went there. Why'd you say that?
I am very sorry.
Anyway,
At the time, I thought I was doing the best I could. Now I see that I may have made a mistake, and I'm very sorry.
But again, we can just warn him if we tell him, right?
Yeah.
Then perhaps Emeril used this to his advantage. I mean, Granting's pretty shit, but I don't want to see any, harm come to him.
I
Or
believe.
as
I'm
Mom
so
so lovingly puts his name, was it Solvis? What kind of fucking name is Solvis?
Speaking of that, if I may, how does Penelope look about this whole conversation?
She's
question.
yeah, she's lost in thought. She is a lot of emotions right on the surface.
All right.
You can see that it almost looks like she wants to say something, but she is like stifling it and holding it back, but she's just not 100% on it.
If Emeril agrees to this meeting, I think he can set his own terms, especially now that we know how desperate they are for information on him.
I mean, he doesn't even need to be at said meeting in person.
That would be preferable, I would think.
Yeah, given what we now know?
Most of us, yeah. We'll fill you in.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm sorry if I did poorly, or as any of you would not have
No.
approved of.
You did what was necessary in Sayla as well.
If anything, I should have known better.
I don't think that's fair either.
No.
What we're doing requires all sorts of sacrifices. And as hard as they are, it is the choice that we have to make ourselves, and it is a reality that we have to deal with. We chose to do this.
It's not the first risk we're taking.
Cyrus is right. You both did well, and again, I am very thankful for the sacrifice and all of the people that we will eventually save because of this will be thankful. We need to stop Duradine somehow, and this felt like our only option.
It's true. I need a rest. I really need to get a scrying in. We lost Ferdinand. But I'm capped.
Cyrus momentarily pauses, sniffing the new dose of drugs.
Oh god.
What do you mean you lost Ferdinand?
I mean, we lost him.
Well, he's not in the room.
Yeah, but lost him as in he's dead, or he's
We don't know.
gone for a walk, or
He was followed down an alley by a group, and that was the last we saw of him.
Fucking hell! Cyrus will pop the cork back in the sun drop and be like, "Right, are we leaving and getting him?" Or,
No, that the coordinator is coming here.
At about that moment, funnily
Ah,
so, as soon as you mentioned it, I was just about to say it, but then you brought it up. You can hear this ripping noise in the air as this purple portal appears, and stepping out of it is one younger, maybe early or mid-20s, early 30s, Air Genasi woman. White, long, beautiful white hair that just always looks like it's blowing in the wind. This teal, pale blue skin with these different markings on it. A white blouse, brown leather pants, high knee-high leather boots. As she steps through, you assume that this is only one person would make an entrance like this.
Aw, cute.
Coordinator
Aww.
Rahesia.
Might need you to spell that one too.
Oh, is the name not up at the top?
No, I see it.
Oh,
Yeah, it should have popped up with the art.
sorry, I closed it.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah, here it is. Just real quick.
I don't leave the art up long term. I'm anal. I'm so
I
sorry.
don't close them. I double tap the thingy so it minimizes.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
I did not realize I had that option, but good to know. Sorry.
No, that's okay. I also accidentally just closed it on the stream. Whoops. There we go. Okay.
Whoops.
So, she steps out and says, so, are all of you the ones that I was supposed to be meeting? I'm sorry, did I interrupt something? There is a very odd, aggressive energy here right now. If you'd like, I could come back later, but the way that Tack made it seem as this was fairly pressing. I'm a busy woman, so if you have something you'd like to say, I suggest we get to it. Something related to Duradine. And is that a gith in your living room? Is that what that is?
Oh, my head.
Yeah.
Penelope, you're also here. Well, it's good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while.
What?
Any moment, I would love someone to key me in on what's happening.
What?
Duradine Dupree is on his way. He'll be here in less than 4 days. He is allied with an army of gnolls and an army of gith, and he means to basically take over. I can go into more detail, but those are the quick facts. We have this gith. Sorry, go on.
His name's Greg. Greg meet woman. Woman meet Greg.
Greg the gith. He's under. He can tell you the entire plan himself. He is under my charming purple friend here's magical influence.
All right.
Go ahead, Greg. We're all friends.
Greg, please tell me everything you know related to Duradine. And Greg begins to describe the same things that he described to all of you. All right. That is alarming. What about all of you? Your credentials? This is obviously damning evidence, but who are you exactly?
We're the ones that just liberated New Efera from him.
Oh. Okay.
And if we're laying all our cards out, we're also the ones that are going to kill him.
Okay.
Varnas Talmaru, professional pirate killer, did some work here a couple years back.
Oh, actually, your name rings a bell. You did some work with the Golden Shields, correct?
Yeah.
Now, if all of you happen to be the ones who liberated New Efera, and I'm assuming that you also had something to do with the death of Agatha Durandon?
Yes.
Yeah, that was us too.
That was you too?
Yeah.
And the Governado, then, if you're the ones who liberated New Efera.
He was mostly dead when we got to him.
That was the gnolls that Duradine's allied with, actually.
Okay.
He'd been tortured and crucified, and we just delivered a long-delayed final blow.
Oh my.
Really more of a mercy kill when you think about it.
No, yes, I agree, truly. Okay, well...
Not that he deserved it, but you know.
No, it's true.
No, I had very few meetings with him. He was quite the pompous asshole. Alright. What do you want from me, then? Duradine is coming here with Gith and with gnolls to take over things, as you said, and as the Gith said there, Greg, that was his name, correct? Or was it George? Greg? George? Answers? Greg, thank you so much.
Greg was correct.
Thank you. So, Greg here said that he's coming, all of you, killed the Governado, killed Agatha Durandon, obviously you have some accolades under your belt. What do you want of me? What can I do to help? Would you like me to cut off his access to the city, have him captured as soon as he enters? There's some...
One would be great.
Second one, all right.
Varnas, I think you had ideas on the matter?
Oh, we want him dead. We absolutely want him dead.
Yeah.
Killed on sight, then? Is that all?
Yeah, that's the goal. Like, this man needs to die. If he's willing to bring interplanar beings into his conflict here, this is not someone that we need to capture. This is someone who is better off dead.
All right.
I would have to agree with that.
And if I may be so cheeky, if he tries to run away or his friends, perhaps you wouldn't mind upgrading our writ? Yes? For, more wandering?
Ah, yes. All right. I can do that, yes. Believe me, the thing that I like least in this world is when people try and go behind my back. People assume that, well, just because I'm not my father, that I don't have a handle on everything here. But if Duradine Dupree wants to try and show me that he can take what he wants and there are no consequences, Duradine Dupree is going to suffer those consequences. All right. Fine. Your writs are upgraded. I'll have someone stop by later tonight to make sure that you're permitted to go anywhere within the inner archipelago.
Can I insight check her?
Yeah, make an insight check.
It's actually Emeril.
I just don't like her attitude. Like, Alec has just been listening and just so confused about her attitude. It just isn't computing.
Hey man, she's from New York. This is how they do things in New
I
York.
guess.
Ooh, that's good.
That is good.
Hey, she's no nonsense, right to the point. Varnast likes her.
Yeah, no, Alec, honestly, after sort of listening to her talk you're a little confused because of how quick she's talking and how aggressive she's being. But then once you peel that away, for one, you do believe her. I'll say that much.
Okay.
But then for two, you also realize that it's like a different language, but at the end of the day, it's the core of the same way that your people used to talk. Getting straight to the point. No cutting deals. No, well, do me a favor. It's just,
Yeah.
you've proven yourself. You've proven that this is bad. Okay. And that's the vibe Alec is getting.
Okay, cool. I'm just making sure.
Yeah, no.
Things don't normally go this well for us, so I'm just like,
Right.
It's a good insight check.
I mean, pretty damning evidence we presented, but
Yeah.
still, better safe than sorry.
All right. So how about we do this? I will inform trusted guards at the dock that should Duradine Dupree land in Port Sahala, that he will be taken captive immediately should he try to escape. I will make sure that I have mages at the ready to counterspell any magical measures, and just for safety precautions, I'll make sure to leave some mages here with you. Should anything go down at the docks when Duradine arrives, you'll be there within a moment's notice to stop anything, and considering you have some personal vendetta against this man, which seems to be accurate, I will make sure that you can be there to, should the chance present itself, deliver the final blow to prevent him from taking over my city and disrupting my economy.
He has agents everywhere. I worry of him learning of this and turning away. We need him to actually dock.
So then what do you propose? Just you?
I don't know. I just worry that the more people who know, the more it could go bad, but I also kind of want his ship blocked in the dock and with no escape when he gets here. I don't know. I'm not
What if we wait?
I'm not a
What if we wait to the last minute to give the order?
That is possible.
Have it set
Maybe
up,
not
don't
just-
tell anyone what's going on, but once it's time, have everyone act.
and could you not just destroy his ship from a distance? Once
we
they're on
wouldn't
land,
we wouldn't
they don't need it,
oh. Oh.
and prevent him from going anywhere.
Except for he does have friends that can make portals.
No, that's
But
what
if we have mages on hand to counter,
Fair enough.
You know what? Duradine is quite pompous. What if we go with your idea of destroying everything after he gets on land, but we have a parade ready for him? I can easily hire different cooks and merchants to be there waiting for him, presenting him gifts, and within the groupings of the crowd, all of you can be there disguised as whatever you will, and lunge on him.
He will have his guard up. He does know that we're here.
That's true.
Then he can probably
if I
assume that you
can-
might have had this meeting. Does anyone know that this one Gith is left alive?
No.
Gith escaped.
Mm,
One did get away.
but, I mean, he doesn't know that the others aren't all
He
dead.
could have assumed we killed dear Greg.
Looks like we killed the rest.
The reality is we don't know. One of
That's
his
true.
men could have seen us bring this gift back here. We don't know. Duradine has eyes everywhere. Once he learned that we were in Port Sahala, it didn't take long for Gith to arrive and attack us shortly after. We don't know.
Very well. Parade is a no-go, then. If he sees a parade for him, he might suspect something. As much as I hate the man, I have to give him credit where credit is due. He is smart. He schemes.
What about if you... I can't believe I'm going to say this. What if we let him dock like nothing has happened and you invite him to some sort of business proposal?
That or someone you trust.
Penelope, if I recall correctly, wasn't there a certain marriage proposal that was made once a month, every month, for several years?
Morgonic shudders.
Yes, there was. And I suppose that if this is what all of you need of me, I will accept this proposal.
No,
No.
nope, that won't be happening.
Well,
It would just be
Nope.
to get him to my villa, and then from
I'm-
there...
Nope.
No, we think that obtaining you is another part of the reason he came here, and we don't know what he wants you for, other than the
Well,
obvious.
I think what she's saying is that she would say that she would meet him to accept, and instead we would be waiting for him.
Won't he
Right.
suspect that? I mean, he probably figures we came here for her.
I mean, let's not forget that Ferdinand is missing.
Well, at this point, he knows that we're here. That's a factor in any plan we come up with. There's nothing we
Yes.
could do that is going to raise suspicion.
I think the simpler we keep this plan, the better it is. I think anything too complicated and he'll smell something.
That's a good point.
Then we launch an ambush at the last possible moment. Don't tell anyone too specifically who it's going to be, only that they need to be on guard and ready.
I mean, we're going to need to trust some people. If there's people in your inner circle that you think that you trust fully, we're going to have to take a risk at some point.
Trust fully. No one off the top of my head, no.
Smart woman.
In all honesty, I don't have very many meetings with Duradine, but I do have at least one every time he comes to port. So if I get wind that he's coming to port, I could send him a message, invite him over, and there, waiting for him, could be you instead.
That seems
I-
doable.
He would be arriving
Kinda
with
like
any
that idea.
armed guard he has, and it seems like that would be involving Gith and Knowles and whoever these magical friends he has with him as well.
But we would be waiting with some of your friends as well.
Correct.
I think that is the most simple plan.
Simplest plan is typically the best plan.
We have
I
a few
still-
days. I say that we write this down in pencil lightly, but we'll keep an open mind. As we learn information, the plan might need to change.
That's fair.
Typically, he sends me a notice before he arrives in port. He hasn't sent me one yet, but I'll be sure to keep an eye and an ear out if I hear any wind from any of my messengers that he's arriving soon. I'll be sure to reach out to him and keep all of you in the loop.
That would be most appreciated.
Of course. So, all you want from this situation is Duradin dead, nothing else? No anything?
We aim to kill his friends as well.
Huh? Very well.
He also knows information that we need. Durjane came here for a reason. He was looking for something in Efera, and I don't think he knows how to access it. And we think that there's something here that'll lead him to what he wants. If there's a way to get information from him before he dies.
Well, before he dies, or even, in all honesty, after he dies, regardless, provided he still has a face and a jaw, we can still get him to talk.
That is true, Barnass mentions.
Then my only other request is that I can have his heart.
Don't need a heart when you speak with the dead.
This might sound a bit out of character, but I would like to kill him.
Don't object.
Neither do
He
I.
and me and that awful man have some history, and I wouldn't mind him seeing.
I think I
Yes.
recognize you. You know, it is so funny.
In all
He-
defense, there was a lot of people, and I was drunk.
He told me about you before. I didn't recognize it until just now. You're the
Oh, that way.
the
Okay.
tiefling that sent him. You put him in the ocean.
Yes.
Oh. You know what? You've just become my favorite person in the room. I always told myself, if I ever found the person who did that, I would pay them. So, I have to. Put him, and it was by accident. You sneezed or something.
Yes, the sneeze, and then I grabbed what was on the table, and I ran away, and here we are.
Oh, and wait. If I remember correctly, one of the people who was in Efera, their name was Cyrus. Isn't that the name of his bodyguard?
Oh, yes, dear. Well, see, I'm Zamir, his dear old bodyguard Cyrus. I thought it was quite catchy, and I was like, what a bigger compliment and insult if I not only do that, but I like your name. Why not?
That's so funny. Oh.
Wait, that's how you came up with Cyrus?
Oh. Well,
I mean, I was in a rush, sailor. Give me a break.
I'm not saying it's bad. You haven't told me this story.
Yeah, it's interesting. I always wondered why you picked that name.
Well, great choice. Here, I never said an amount, but, well, here, just have this. And she just takes off like a small, coin purse, off from around her waistband and just throws it at you. Oh.
Thank you.
Everybody just be giving Cyrus money.
Yeah, Cyrus just gets more free money.
Fair.
Cyrus isn't opening it, but he's like, do you know that thing where, like, if someone knows money, well, he's not gonna, like, open it and look. He's gonna at least kind of try and feel the weight of it and be like, how much have I got here?
There's a solid amount. It's a little hard to tell the type of coin, but it is probably maybe 125, 150 coins of a type.
Okay.
Cyrus is gonna have to start sharing the wealth.
It's all gonna be platinum.
Do you open the bag, Cyrus?
He'll have a peek.
It's all platinum, yeah.
God damn it.
Shake my head.
Oh, sorry.
Well,
Philip.
I mean, I suppose it's only fair that at some point I return some of this. Can I take you? And he kind of like squints at her, like, is he supposed to take you for a drink? Or 7?
Oh, bold man. Very well. After all this is done, you can.
Wow, and he scored a date too. Jesus Christ.
Well, technically,
Well-
just got paid for a date. Not that Cyrus is going to say that.
Well, not yet. Still has to live. So don't let me down. Live.
Oh, I shall.
Anything else? Any other offers?
I'm good.
Are you sure? She gives you a wink.
I'd love
You
free
like his
money.
clothes?
Hey, I'll take you out if you give me free money. Sayla's not gonna shy away from that.
She kind of looks you up and down. All right. You're offering.
What is happening?
Just it's better. It's better you don't know. I wish I didn't.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Yes.
arranging this.
Of course. Thank you for reaching out. I appreciate the information. When Tack told me it was important, I just assumed that it would be related to some type of experimentation he wanted to do on some poor dinosaur found in the archipelago. But no, this was actually important and very fruitful. You see, when Duradine dies, his estate, since, part of it will be collected by Port Sahala, the other half will go to anything that he has in his will or any heirs he has. But the rest of that will go to Port Sahala, and his estate is quite large. So, if he does bite the dust, the people of Port Sahala are going to have quite the payday. So, win-win situation, I see.
Lovely.
Well, this was much easier than I thought it would be. It's not often people nowadays are around certain parts are so straight to the point. I appreciate that.
Oh, it is the worst. One of the worst things about taking this job, or really inheriting it, was how many people tried to palm and grease palms and convince me and to persuade me with money. No. Fair deals. That's what I do. And this, well, you've proven me, very simply, that Duradine, this is the last straw in the hat. He intends to provoke violence on my people in my city, and I won't stand for that.
Yes, and some people just deserve to die.
She she kind of just nods her head and is like, yeah, they do. Well, anything else, or is that it?
That'll be it for now. We'll be in touch if anything changes or once things get closer.
Very good. Here, in case you need to reach me, I believe this might be the easiest way. And you can see she reaches into a small bag on her back and pulls out a stone and kind of tosses it towards you, Varnast.
Ooh.
Catches it.
Yep. Catch it right in your hand. Speak into that. I'll hear it from the other one.
If you have a way of communicating thusly with Tack, you might tell him he can come get his gith whenever he wants.
I will do that. All right. Anything else?
Thank
Okay,
you.
so-
Absolute pleasure.
You are welcome.
Oh, the pleasure's all mine.
It usually
damn right
is,
it is.
yes.
All right.
Wow.
Well, very well. Have a good rest of your evening, and, well, I look forward to our partnership. She gives a smile and turns around, and almost immediately there's that portal behind her. She walks right back through it, and she is gone.
Falls back into a chair. It's time for a rest.
Did that just happen, or was that something different? Am I hallucinating?
I think that happened.
I mean, do you want to? I've got some more Sundrop.
Please give me Sundrop. Ah.
Sorry,
No,
just toss
you
for a
have a
vial.
paper to write. No, Sayla steals it away. You have a paper to write.
I can start writing it tomorrow.
It's good for
No.
inspiration, I assure you.
See? Oh, you're right. All right, I'll start writing.
Cyrus makes those kind of eyes to Jinx, I'll sort you out.
Jinx is kind of like, okay, I'm going to go on the balcony and start writing. No one can bother me at all. Period. For the rest of the night. Just staring at you, Cyrus. Don't bother me!
Do I check the shit out of this, or do I just know she's fucking lying?
I don't think she's being very discreet.
Oh, no. No, it is definitely a lie. Definitely a lie.
Sayla's gonna slip the sun drop into her bag and say, ah. Because she snatched it from her.
Okay. All right. All right. I'm going now. Okay, bye. And she walks away.
See, aren't you proud, Morganix? I'm doing good.
Yeah. Very good.
Alec is gonna put her hand on Morganix's shoulder. See, everything is going well. He's gonna be dead soon.
I hope so.
You
Do we
seem
try and
worried.
find... Ooh.
Just
Are you
overwhelmed.
okay? That is okay. We have time to breathe.
We still have a
Varnas?
feather to find. Yes,
Well-
Varnas, what were you going to say?
No, I was about to bring that up. Do we spend the next few days preparing for how we're going to attack Duradine, or do we try to find the feather?
Well,
Can't we do both? Oh, I'm sorry.
I did want to add,
And you can see Galadar has been very quiet as he's still kind of recovering from the fight from earlier. Even before he interacted with all of you, he got pretty scraped
Yeah,
up.
he took some hits.
Yeah, I did.
I didn't have any time to talk about it due to the chaotic nature of all of this, but Morganix, as we were out, we did make a discovery about the feather.
What?
We know who is in possession of it currently.
Who?
You see him kind of sigh.
I had heard stories about this person when I was in New Efera. And just from what the merchant had told Vera, myself, and Jinx, it doesn't seem like it's going to be easy. Typically, he sails the seas. Recently, he's been spending more time in the Gemstone Archipelago, but specifically Port Sahala. He's been trying to collect those who live underneath the city, in the sewers and ruins beneath it, to get them working for him. He's a pirate captain by the name of Colliard. He's currently in possession of that feather and intends to keep it.
He won't sell?
Sorry.
Do you know this person, Varnast?
As well as anyone does.
What does that mean?
I hate to use the term because it sounds like a compliment. Colliard's a legend on the seas. He's a pirate with numerous and countless deaths directly linked to his name. Ruthless, efficient, and worst of all, he's brilliant. He's been doing this for a very long time.
And
No.
as you know with the feather, the worst part is, should we strike him down while the feather is on his person, the feather will be lost, and he will return to life. So it's not as simple as just killing him and taking it. The feather must be removed first.
Everyone has a price, right?
I don't know. We were in the middle of the discussion, and that's when we were attacked. Not even sure if that same merchant that we found would even be there. We can always look in the morning, but my fear is leaving the walls of this area. If Duradin's eyes are keeping a lookout, we may be attacked again.
Could we arrange a meeting with this man? Could we talk to him?
And Galadar looks to you, Varnas, seeming like you...
Varnash shakes his head. Like I said, he's smart. He's not just going to have a meeting. Colliard has... I don't even know what the updated price on his head is, but it's a lot.
Well, how does he do business? There's got to be someone he deals with.
Couldn't tell you.
And you can hear Penelope sigh.
You?
Not exactly. There are outlaws who live underneath the depths of the city, who tend to buy my products and sell them. I have connections underground that could get you down beneath. From there, you might be able to investigate the Undercity and get answers. Find where he's hiding, wherever he's located. However, there is someone in your group, looking towards Varnast, who is fairly well known in those parts, I'm going to assume. So either he'll need to be disguised, or he'll need to not go.
We could probably do that. I could have invisibility prepared, or perhaps come up with some other magical means of disguise.
No.
What
No,
do you mean?
if we're doing this, we have to do it right. If you're going down there to gather intel, I don't need to be there.
Better that than take off those clothes, eh? And Cyrus has just got a big shit-eating grin.
Or it's just like does like the slow, just like eye movement turn to him, but like doesn't turn his head. Yeah.
If it's only to gather information, and if we can, I suppose, get a deal without being attacked on sight, it might be worth looking into.
I would go.
I would gladly go.
I mean, what better thing am I good for?
More than you think.
Is that a compliment?
Cyrus, do you want to go?
More. Hey,
Yes.
you can't just drop that subject. That was a compliment. I'm gonna take it.
And
You did really well killing that guy the other day. That's my compliment to you.
And it's my fault that you're in this situation, Organics. I will go as well.
When do we do this?
I mean, I'm definitely coming. I mean, if if you're going and I mean, no offense, mechanics, but you're a bit of a fucking dork, and I mean that with love.
Oof.
Wow!
We'll
Say
take
like-
that as a compliment.
What, you didn't like mine?
I mean, I say that with absolute affection. I'm just
I
saying,
know.
you know, if they need to see someone who looks a bit more
Tough?
full of debauchery, then I'm your
You look
finest.
different. How should I look?
Well, that's a terribly dangerous question.
I give you permission to answer?
How do those people look? Varn asked.
Evil.
Pirates?
Prostitutes?
I mean, I'm not going to lie. Some of the pirates, even the guys, they look pretty fucking hot. I'm not going to lie.
Something with a very low-cut V.
Ah,
Well, I don't know. And Penelope starts to speak up. You could go looking like me. That would gather respect from them. They would leave you alone. Might be easier to get a meeting as me.
but then they would expect me to do the dealing, and Cyrus might be the better talker in those circumstances.
That is a good point.
He knows how to talk to people. If I got in front of this man, I just might lay all my cards bare and ask him to name his price, and I don't know how happy you would all be about that.
That would be a bad way to conduct business.
Well, Cyrus
Honestly.
could just do what he did the last time. There was a card game involved.
Oh.
Well, that's how Cyrus won it.
Well, yes, I do actually still have the again honorable person I am. I do actually still have those weighted dice.
Oh. I thought you okay.
If he
I
covets
did win
this so
very
bad-
fairly. I just happened to roll my weighted dice very fairly.
Alex narrows her eyes at you.
In all honesty, you're probably not going to deal with Collier directly.
Oh, I doubt that. I mean, as long as I can see somebody, I mean, you know, as much as I loathe the term of greasing palms, it just sounds dirty, and not good dirty. You're just, you know, like unclean. I'm sure I could find somebody who's had dealings, whether they know someone who knows someone who knows someone, or you know, somewhere in that chain.
Could we have asked the coordinator for this?
For what?
For if she had a way with him?
I don't think the coordinator's really allied with the Raiders, are they?
No. And Varnesh,
Yeah.
you would know, actively
Oh.
despises and hunts. Like,
Gotcha.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
She'd be insulting. She'd be insulted if you even implied she could do that.
Let's just if you know the pretty lady comes back, let's just not mention the whole piracy dealings.
No. But maybe she could help us capture him.
Worry about the feather. Don't worry about Colliard. He's
Okay.
back when I did what I did. There was a time where we took down 3 ships, low-ranking ones, that worked under him. We questioned, and you all know what Varnas means by questioned, several of those men, I got so many different answers on what Colliard looked like. Some said he was a man, others said a water genasi, a Goliath, Dragonborn. I think they all thought they were telling the truth. Whoever
Right.
Colliard is, he's a ghost. Worry about getting the feather.
Okay.
Him, we just have bigger things right now. And you can tell that Varna sounds disappointed with that sentence.
He wants nothing more to go do some pirate hunting.
Oh yeah, like he knows where they all gather. Like, play the Doom music right now. I would love an animation of Varnast gearing up with the Doom music playing in the background. Hell yeah! Shink!
Okay.
Question remains, are we doing this now, or are we waiting until we take care of Duradine first?
Well, it doesn't.
I'm ready to. I mean, I've had the most wonderful nap in the sun. I mean, I'm ready to go whenever.
My personal vote, that is always whatever the group wants. I think we should focus on Duradine first. I'm worried if we have too many things going on at once that both will fail.
I agree, and I think it might be dangerous traveling anywhere.
Doesn't sound like this guy is gonna die anytime soon, so I suppose we can afford a few days. I look to Galadar.
Yes, I agree. From
Cyrus will turn to Galdar and say, sorry, old chap.
No, I wouldn't want any of you to risk yourselves in as many positions as you are. This is already difficult enough. No need to add this on as an extra layer. We'll get to it when we get to it. And as long as we get to it within the next 2 months, it'll be fine. And soon, and Galadar kind of puts a hand on your shoulder, Morganix. Soon you'll be free of her. I promise you.
Thank you.
Good.
Okay. How do we even start to plan for this?
What time is it?
It's about 8:30 right now. It's getting a little later. Well, actually, after all that, I'd probably say it's like 9:30. It's getting pretty late.
Close enough. It says 9:20. Close enough.
Yeah.
But I've gotten a short
Now-
rest in all this.
As you were talking, yeah.
Cool.
For now, we rest, heal up. Tomorrow, we start thinking. And we'll do what we do best.
Sounds about right.
Organics,
Hmm.
can I borrow you before you retire tonight?
Sure.
Okay.
It doesn't need to be now if anyone else had anything to say.
Sayla is good. She's just confused over what she's lost. She's like really unsure of herself right now.
But really, who's Emeril?
I mean, there is that.
Sorry.
I mean, Cyrus would be slipping Jinx out of one of the vials of Sundrop.
Damn it.
Alex sees that. She might be like giving Cyrus the side eye.
Yeah, we'll say that they thought they were doing it, like they like they thought they were being discreet, but Alec, you're just kind of like peeking
It's
through
like
the
kids in
curtains.
high school giving each other weed. Like,
Yeah.
you know what they're doing.
Yeah, like you see Cyrus and Jinx kind of walk up to each other, and they kind of go to shake hands, and like
Nah. Alex knows all about that life. He's
Yeah,
over
yeah,
there
yeah.
in an instant.
and you see it, and then Cyrus walks away, and Jinx like pulls it out very obviously for anybody who's looking to see, and just kind of pops the cork off and goes to drink it. Alec, do you stop her?
Sayla's just gonna be annoyed.
I'm not gonna stop her.
Okay.
Alec just wants some.
Wow.
She drinks it. Oh, yes! She goes and grabs paper. She's got her ink, parchment. She starts writing. You just created an Adderall addict, by the way.
Oh. Feel good about that.
Yeah.
You know the bad part? I really do.
Alrighty.
Such a nice kitty.
when you after like 6 months when you meet Jinx again, she's gonna be
Oh no.
like
She's gonna like a
hairless
feral
cat.
cat.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's gonna be like an
no.
Egyptian cat.
No. No.
You remember me?
Look at what
You
you've
can't
done.
more Lance. Drop.
Hey, Cyrus, got any more of that syndrome?
Little did we
The
know.
fucking Dave Chappelle meme.
Little did we know. This is how Jinx ended up serving the Dark One.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah, that was the one part Nalfian left out about the events. Okay, anyway. So everybody else heads off to bed. Alec, you're a little annoyed. Cyrus hasn't given you any. Rude. But
She'll just go do her own.
yeah, a little meditation stuff. And then all of you, or all the rest of you, as you're heading off to sleep, eventually.
Talking Morgonics.
Yeah, Morgonics and
Yeah.
Varnas, you are the only two left.
I also tell Sven, like, I'll just be a few minutes and then we can, then I can kick your trash at this game.
Okay.
You
So,
mean
Is that
yes?
what they're calling it these days?
Shut up. Anyways.
shut up.
Stop.
Hmm.
What did you need?
This probably isn't necessary, but I wanted to say something anyway. I know
Okay.
we've not always seen eye to eye on things, but I do believe that our relationship has grown stronger this past month in particular.
Of course.
Morgonix, you have a very good soul. And I admire that about you. I really do. But I need you to understand these two things very clearly. First, I meant it. Do not push on this Colliard thing.
Okay.
Do not try to gain any information about him. Do not try to ascertain his location. If he suspects you're a threat, he will do everything he can to have you killed.
How do we find the feather if we don't find him?
Like I said, I think even if someone comes up to you and says they are Colliard, I wouldn't buy it. We've tried for years to hunt this man. Nothing. A petty victory here and there over one of his ships, but never anything on him. I know your heart is in the right place, but for your sake and what you're trying to accomplish here, let that one go.
I can't let the feather go.
No, not the feather, him. Focus on the feather is what I'm saying.
What if he has it on him? What if he's keeping it at all times? Because if I had an item like that, I would.
Then I suppose we'll deal with that as it comes up. I just pray that we do have something he wants, or there is a price he can put on it.
Okay.
Secondly, I apologize for bringing up a very, very negative memory, I believe, for the both of us, but I do feel the need to express my wishes. There was a time when there was something very important to me, and I let you know what I wanted. and you and Alec chose to ignore me. When we go after Duradine, if we get our hands on Brez, he is mine.
I understand.
Do I have your word?
Yes. At this point, I think it would be a kindness.
Maybe. But if there's a choice, I want it to be mine. If you're defending yourself and you have to kill him, I will hold no fault against you, obviously, but I don't want you interfering again.
I won't.
Do I believe you?
You can roll if you want to. Her face is solemn, not necessarily hard, but there is a stillness to it.
I mean, pretty
She's
good.
telling the truth. Like, Brez is very far from her list of thoughts right now, and if they encounter Brez, they'll be encountering the silence too, which is far more her concern.
All right.
Because she still thinks that those three are going to be harder to kill than Dupree.
Oh, for sure. Or at least most likely.
So that's where
Very
her
well.
head's at.
I'm sorry I had to bring this up, but
You don't need to be sorry. I understand.
you know I have your back, right?
I do. And I have yours. Even if I haven't always shown it in the past.
Good work today.
Thank you.
Get some rest. We have a lot to do tomorrow.
I don't trust Emeril.
Varnas looked like he was about to get up because I imagine they were sitting or something.
Yeah.
And he almost gets his butt out of the chair, stops, sits back down.
And how badly these people want him makes me nervous, but also very curious.
I also don't trust Emeril. We never talk about what he actually did in New Efera.
It's unacceptable. And what he's done to his students.
Yeah.
Not to mention his son.
Is Cyrus's son, though?
Penelope's son.
Well,
I don't know how that
Penelope,
works.
According to Penelope, Cyrus was a creation of the Weave, correct?
Regardless of how he was made, they were his parents. They took on that role. He chose to be Cyrus's father. And he had an obligation to him in that role.
Agreed.
And he has come up wanting, and he disgusts me.
And let's be honest, he's withheld information from us at every step in this journey we've taken with him.
Even when he said he's been helping us, we've had to pry it out of him.
He knew we were going to come talk to Penelope and learn all this information. He still didn't look us in the eye and tell us the truth. He still lied. It's not even second nature to him, I think.
I think we're all being played here somehow. We're pawns to him. Maybe Cyrus isn't, but I still don't trust him with him.
And I'm sorry, but everything he said about the Dark One and the balance of light and darkness. It's the most defeatist shit I've ever heard.
No, I don't believe in that at all.
What do you want to do?
I don't know. I want to try to facilitate this meeting, if only to see what it is they want out of it. Because that alone could be telling. But I don't want to hide that from Cyrus either. I think you might need to send a message to him when we're all together to see if we could talk.
Do you think he'll come?
He owes Cyrus. He owes all of us at this point.
Do you think this is where we should draw our line in the sand with him?
I don't know. I scried on him. I haven't had the chance to tell anyone. I'm not trying to hide it from Cyrus. Hours after sending us here, he was with that girl, Cecily.
The one he spoke about?
Yes. And I don't like the way they were talking. She's agreed to study under him, but she doesn't trust him, which I think is good. I think she more consented out of annoyance more than anything else.
Did he start calling her 15 already? Or 16?
Not yet.
What number are we on?
I don't know.
Parenthood is a sacred responsibility. I do not like how this man has carried himself.
No. But I want to know what he's playing at. And I want to protect Cyrus.
We might not be able to do both.
Then protect Cyrus. He comes first in any of this.
What if protecting Cyrus is also protecting Cyrus from him?
I killed someone today. This is a bit heavy for me to be thinking about right now.
Sorry.
No, I brought it up, but I don't know.
We should turn in. We have time to think.
Okay.
Sayla doesn't trust him either, by the way.
Well, that's good. She doesn't, trust anybody, but...
Oh, but she doesn't like him either.
Oh, I don't like him either. I think he's garbage.
Well, thank you for listening and respecting my wishes. I'm, again, sorry I had to bring it up.
No, you don't need to be sorry. It'll all be over soon.
God, I hope so.
Good night.
Good night.
Okay. So with that, we're approaching 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. The two of you head off to sleep. All of you lay your heads down in this affluent villa, and you prepare yourselves for what's to come tomorrow. Preparation.
There is one thing I would do before sleeping, and I just want to say that, but we could do it next session.
Okay, real quick. What is it?
I'm going to scry on my parents' house to make sure they're not there, and to see if it's been raided.
Ooh. What a cliffhanger.
I told them to go, I had the word delivered that they should go and stay at the college where they could be protected. And I just am going to scry on my kitchen, which is where the front door is. Make sure they are not there, and see if there's any signs that it's been ravaged or anything like that.
Okay. You scry. It succeeds. you don't see your home as you remember it.
Oof.
All you see are burned ruins that resemble what it might once have been. Through the abilities of the scry, your home that you grew up in, the simple cottage that it was, you are able to tell, at least from your vision, that it doesn't seem like there are any bodies in here. Even burnt bodies still look like bodies. But it looks like the home was raided and burned to the ground. But it doesn't look like there were any bodies that were in here when it happened. So, as you come out of the scry, you process what that means and hope that they did get out safely. And on that note, that is where we're going to end tonight's session. And before Jamie or Sarah go, I just want to say to you guys...
No.
I know it seems fast.
Wait, what?
Holy shit.
Welcome to level 10, guys.
Wow, that's wild.
I know.
That cut out. That
I-
was so loud it cut out.
Yeah, I know.
Super excited for level 10.
I know it's... especially for a cleric, yeah. Level 10's a big deal.
Blood Hunter, but yeah.
Oh, never mind. Sorry. Whoops. My bad. Because level 10 cleric is when you get divine intervention.
Wait a second. That's level 3 monk, baby.
Yeah, level 3 monk. Yeah. So,
I get
welcome to level 10.
Oh my god!
I know it's faster, I think, than any other level, but considering what is now set into motion, I think it's well deserved.
We're gonna need those levels, in other words.
Yeah. So, that's where we're going to end tonight's session with level 10. Yes, hitting the big double digit for some of you, for 3 of you.
Hey.
For 2 of you, double digit total level, but single digit every other level still.
I was like, what does that mean?
I get some badass stuff. What do you mean? I'm not mad.
No, it's awesome. All right, well, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I greatly appreciate you. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for the Isles of Iverion. Just a quick heads up, Isles is going to be ending an hour early tomorrow, so only a 3-hour session, just like Efera. Or tune in next Tuesday for the Adventures of the Salamander Coast, or next Friday for the continuation of the Explorers of Efera. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, or night, whatever it is for you. All right, bye, everybody. Bye.
Could you send me